It is 8:30 on Monday, September 14th, and it's morning briefing time. First of all, no changes to the National Terrorism Advisory System over the weekend. Snapshot of the region this morning, nothing new. We got some new numbers from the unaccompanied children this morning. No changes to our declarations, no ongoing damage assessments, and no fire management grant requests. Now, as we switch over to the Geo platform this morning, things are quiet. We have a little bit of rain out there. Mark's going to talk about that in just a moment. No changes to the status of the national or regional resource coordination centers. No changes to the national or regional watch. No changes to the status of our state EOCs. Louisiana does continue at level 3 crisis action team. No changes to the status of our IMAX. No changes to the shelter. We still have 0 in all 5 states. And no significant power outages to talk about this morning. Now we'll turn it over to Mark to tell us about the weather.
Good morning, everybody. We do have some showers over south central Oklahoma this morning, extending into the northeastern part of the state. This precipitation will gradually lift on to the northeast and, for the most part, dissipate here in the next couple of hours. And looking for a pretty quiet weather day across FEMA Region 6 for today, and really not only for today, but for the next several days overall. And the tropics are fairly active. We do have one system that's just off the coast of Mexico in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Still very disorganized, just a little bit of shower activity with it. It could get a little bit better organized here over the next couple of days, but then it looks like by midweek it will be pushing off into Mexico and really not impacting FEMA 6. Could bring some rainfall into South Texas and into northern Mexico, but really not looking for much in the way of river rises along the Rio Grande. And elsewhere, out in the tropical Atlantic, we have a couple of systems, but they will not be impacting the United States from what it looks like at this time. So even though we have a few systems out there, really not going to be doing too much. And as we take a look at the threat matrix for the next 5 days, there could be a few thunderstorms push their way into the Oklahoma Panhandle for tomorrow as a front tries to move down, but they look like they'll be pretty few and far between. So it's going to be quiet. And on the 5-day precip there, you see we are expecting some rainfall over northeastern Oklahoma as well as into the Gulf Coast. But as we head on to the next slide and take a look at the drought monitor, unfortunately, it looks like over the next 5, really even 7 days, possibly longer, the areas that are in the extreme drought over East Texas, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, really not looking for any precip here over the next several days, unfortunately. And as far as space weather, we do have a couple of days with potential for some G1 storms, but again, really not looking for too much in the way of impacts there. So that will conclude the weather portion for this morning, pending any questions.
Thank you, Mark. Got a question there. The official end of hurricane season is the end of November. Any other questions this morning? While we're talking about hurricanes, it is in the peak of the hurricane season here, as witnessed by the images Mark just showed. Take a look at the events going on around the region. You see the bold ones there, those are going on today. Looking forward to what's happening next week. And keeping with National Preparedness Month, this week we're going to talk about hurricanes. And the trivia question for today is 83% of all the hurricanes, category 4 or higher, that have hit the U.S. have either hit what 2 states? I see a couple of answers in the chat window. Anyone else want to? A couple more. And all of you are correct. Florida and Texas. Probably because they have the largest coastline by area. Any other questions this morning? great Monday. We'll talk to you later.